Hi, my name is Lauren and I'm a choreographer. I make movement and text-based dances. So essentially I am a dancer and mover that talks. So I'm interested in like, how do you make a career as an emerging artist? It makes no sense because like as an emerging artist in dance, I feel like everyone always says, it's just right place, right time. And maybe that's true, but also like maybe it'd be nice to sort of see what like everyone else's journey is. So I'm documenting my journey as an emerging artist, trying to make dances and like, what does that look like? Well, I guess it looks like this. So before I get started, I think it would make sense that I give you a little backstory on who I am. So my name is Lauren Horn. I also go by Subira versus Movement. You can follow me on Instagram if you want to see some movement. Um, I'm from Connecticut and I like to make dances that talk about technology, specifically social media and our relationship with social media and our identity. So all of that to say, I make dances where like I pretend to download myself and I perform my online self in person. So I graduated from college, and after graduating from Amherst, I decided that I wanted to be a dancer full time. I also do arts admin work, and I teach. And so I started to tour. And like touring was kind of cool and it was picking up, and then coronavirus hit. So coronavirus hit and I was like, what am I going to do? How am I gonna dance? I don't know. So this is what I've been up to during the pandemic. A lot of this. Really a lot of sitting, like I'm Bella Swan in Twilight and I'm just in the chair and I'm twirling around. Um, but yeah, like, so when the pandemic started, you know what I did? I moved out of New York. I was in New York doing this fellowship and it was terrible. Like, not the fellowship, but New York. New York is not for me. I'm not at all a big city type of girl. So I moved out and I came back home to Connecticut and I was like, I'm gonna keep this dance career thing going, even though it's coronavirus and people are dying. So I came home and I kept sending out applications to show my work. And the first project I got was Through Lines Danza, A Fish Out of Water, through the Broadway Advocacy Coalition. So I did this performance with them. I created this piece called Cleave, which was sort of about like separation. You can check out bits of Cleave here. Here's a Cleave trailer if you want to check that out. So I essentially made this dance about like separation and self and like growth, because I felt like I'm definitely not the dancer I was when I started out in Connecticut. After leaving and going to college, like my movement and my interests have changed, but now I'm back in the place where like I started to learn to love dance and I'm like, what do I do with that? Like, what am I supposed to do? I have no idea. So I made a dance about it because I make dances about things, but I don't understand what they are, how to express them. So I made Cleave. Cleave was great. And then I'm like, what's next? What am I gonna do next? So then now I like started to do this thing called Chop Chop Bodies in Motion. And like, I'm super excited to like make this dance. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna like become an internet person. I'm gonna like download, like the internet straight into my veins. And so I started to make this dance and I don't know what it is. I mean, like, what is a dance in a pandemic, huh? Like, I can't go to a studio and take off my mask because none of them are ventilated properly and I'm just breathing in everyone's corona particles. I can't dance with my friends because my friends don't live here, and if they do live here, we can't touch. So what do I do with my life in a pandemic? I stay at home. This is what I look like essentially every day during a pandemic. And then I make dances about it. So here's my pandemic dance.